It's Michelle from Tape and Twine, and welcome to the March edition of Tea and Me, or we could also call it the COVID-19 stuck in the house for 2 weeks or more with all of my family, Tea and Me. And that is why, with my tea today, I have a shot of Jim Beam. So before we start, let me tell you what tea we're drinking today. I am drinking Celestial Seasonings Tension Tamer. And here's my real tension tamer, a little Jim Beam honey. Cheers. Okay, now we can really get down to business. And all joking aside, I really hope that as you watch this video, your family is well and everybody is coping with this pandemic that certainly is no laughing matter. In our country, in the United States, it's really just starting to really hit now. And I would say we're taking some really big proactive measures because we've seen how other parts of the world are being affected. So as much as I'm making jokes and it is a little bit of a stressful time for us because my son who's in university is being sent home probably for the rest of his semester, and it's his senior year, so he's missing out on a lot. And my other son who's in high school is also a senior, and the science Olympiad that he prepared for all year just got canceled statewide and nationwide, and his last season as a senior is just over. There were activities he was in that are done, and he will be learning from home starting next week, and nobody knows how long this is going to last. So I have a mom that's a senior citizen, and I hope all of these things that we're doing will help, as they say, flatten the curve and help people not be infected, and also make it so that our medical community can respond to this pandemic. For other parts of the world that are experiencing it now, I just want to wish you all well, tell you I'm thinking about you, and we're all in this together. So, all we can do is do the best we can not to infect each other and take this as serious as we can. Having said that, we have to keep ourselves sane. So it is going to be a craftorama, I think, in a lot of people's homes. And it's going to be challenging with all my people home. My husband can't travel. He'll probably be working from home, as well as the 2 boys being here. So I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. So I'm trying to do as many videos as I can while it's still quiet. Tomorrow is when everything seems to be happening and everybody will be home. And from that point out, it will be too hard for me to tape. So our March Tea with Me is going to go over a bunch of things, a bunch of projects that I have coming up, some videos. We're going to talk about a book recommendation. We're going to look at some tea cards, and I'm going to try to hopefully get our minds off of everything that's going on in the world and just surround ourselves with pretty things. This month, all I wanted to do was surround you and myself with pretty things. So why don't we start first by clearing some things away. And we'll jump right off the bat with some pretty things. Oops, sorry. So I first wanted to start with just a little project that you guys can all make at home. I'm kind of give you ideas for things you can do at home when you are maybe stuck at home because you're trying to keep from spreading COVID-19, or maybe you are sick and you're not up to crafting. So I'm going to try to give you lots of pretty things to think about and hopefully give a little levity. So this is I made a snippet roll for the first time, and can I say how much fun that was? And I made a very big piece of snippet, and then I cut it into small strips. But I really liked the colors so much that I kept one strip very thick. And I thought this would make a great little notepad. So if you make a snippet roll and you make it in a big long section and you're cutting strips, cut a thick strip, and then you can line it if you want, which I did line this one, and I just flipped over the edge to sort of finish it off. And I took the long strip and I folded it over and then just sewed it here so that there's like a pocket. And then I made a little tiny pad out of chipboard and some cardboard and some brads. So it's just one piece of chipboard that's scored. And then I placed 2 holes there and added some graph paper like that. You can see some ideas that I'm writing down here. And then I just added a little piece of fabric here for my pencil. And then this just slides in, and you can add more paper whenever you run out. And then this pretty little thing sits on my desk, and it just gives me a little place to jot things down and look really pretty. So that's my little idea for a quick little project if anybody out there is doing a snippet roll. So that's my idea for a cute little project. I wanted to do my book recommendation for the month. And this book isn't my typical book, but let me take a sip of tea. I believe it was last year, Chantale from Lepage Café made a series of journals, TN journals, out of a book called Animal Ark. And it wouldn't have been a book that ever would have caught my eye, but she was really good to sort of spot these black and white or monochromatic pictures that she isolated and then made a whole series of TNs that traveler's notebooks that all had the different birds from Animal. Is it Avian Ark? It might be Avian Ark, not Animal Ark. Anyway, I'll link it in the box below. This reminded me of that, and because of Chantale's, the way she did her series of books, when I saw this book, I thought this would be a book I could do a similar type of treatment to. And while this page is very big, I have a thing for owls, and I really love the size and the fact that the illustrations are monochromatic and they're in brown. So a lot like what Chantale did, I am going to cut these out and isolate them and make a series of owl traveler's notebooks as well. So this was a very inexpensive book on Thrift Books and gives me lots of similar looking pictures in a great color, and they will all go together really well. And I love the subject matter. I love that I can make them very natural and use music paper and a lot of tea-dyed type of things. That one's a little big. Got some rabbits there. But there's so many really great owls in here of all varieties, and they're all a similar size. Look at these right here. Think about how these can be used. Really like this book, and it gives me so many options for... Now, this one's a little big, but look at him. Who's so cool? Me. I know, I'm completely ridiculous. So this is my book, a simple book to recommend. It is Owls by Tony Angell, and I think I paid probably less than $5 on Thrift Book. And I think it just gives a lot of images that can be used if you're an owl lover. So that's my cute little recommendation for the month. The other thing I wanted to show you guys today, as far as pretty little things, is tea cards. So we all know tea cards, and I have such a thing for tea cards. Probably one, because they're tiny, and I love all things that are tiny. I love the subject matter, and I think because in the United States we don't have them the way that other countries have them. They're very, I don't know. love them and I love collecting them. I love the idea of putting them in a little pocket in a journal. And I have my share of butterflies and birds and pretty things, but I found these 3 sets on an online auction and I just had to share them with you because I thought they were really unique. My English friends probably won't be all that amazed with them because they probably see them all the time. These are from 1930s, and this one's from the John Player and Sons Tobacco Company of Great Britain and Ireland. And this one is from W.D. and H.O. Wills, and this is also Great Britain and Ireland. I have to wonder if they're somehow linked, but I'll go over them. So what I liked about these is these are the Boy Scout and Girl Scout cards. There's a series of 50. I don't know how many I have. I haven't put them in order yet to see. I bought them separately and just keep adding them together. So I need to go through them and see how many I'm missing from the set. But what I really like about them, let me get you close, is that first off, they have these really adorable little birds on some of them. And then they have the patch. And I think the patch is so cute. I think it kind of speaks to people who do, you know, embroidery and handmade items, but also, you know, if you have a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout or you love nature, I mean, there's so many things that are great about these. And then, of course, they talk about the bird. But, you know, you go through the birds and they're so cute. And the patches are so cute. And then they have the flowers. And they even have the flower patches, which are amazing to me. And I don't have a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout, so I'm really not sure if these patches were, well, it says patrol signs and emblems. So I guess I'll have to read the cards to find out more about them. Again, look at that cute little bird. Isn't that sweet? And flowers, more flowers. Just really done nicely. And then they have these here. They have animals. And it just sort of has an icon and then a really neat picture of an animal. So these are from the 30s. So they're not old enough where I could scan them and use them, and they're probably copyright protected, but they still would look adorable in a journal. And so we have the animals. Oh, I just love this one. Look at the thistle. And all sorts of birds and flowers and animals. Just love them. I love that little flower there because this is one of my favorite flowers. It reminds me of my mom because we had them growing in our yard wild all over the place. Oh, and we even have some dogs. Just really cute. Look at that. Look at that little guy. So a really fun collection if you collect tea cards. I love the blue tit. We don't have them here, but I think they're so cute. Yeah, not everybody loves snakes. Hi, Tracy Fox. And anyway, love these. So if you're a tea card collector, check out the Boy Scout and Girl Scout guide cards. They're really cute and very fun. So that's one set I wanted to show you. The other set I wanted to show you, I bought, are German, and they're German actors and actresses. I'm not familiar with this. I don't really know if these are cigarette cards, tea cards, or some other kind of collector card. It looks like they're actually film collecting cards. But I loved the tint to them and how really romantic they were. I mean, I have a lot of men, but like, look at that. Isn't she fabulous? And they're just beautiful. And I thought these would be beautiful to tuck into a album. I'm trying to find the ones that I really loved. Oh, they're right here. Look at this gorgeous girl. And look at her lovely collar and that color. And there's gilded edges. This would actually look beautiful on the front of a book, like a book plate. Really, really pretty. And look at this guy. So this is another kind of collective card that I think lends itself really well to paper craft and junk journaling. And finally, the third set I wanted to show you, they're just kind of neat. I don't know that they're adorable, but they would be cute in a housekeeping junk journal, or if you were doing a junk journal with a theme of something domestic. They are household hints. Do you see that? WD and HO Wills. And this household hints is everything from how to clean a thermos flask, keeping plants watered, and just all sorts of things around the house. Frosting a window, removing old paint. Oh, ridding a carpet of moths. Hopefully that's a problem of the past. Creating a broom rack. I love this one. This one reminds me of my friend Sharon. Hi, Sharon. You know how, Sharon, you love your little, like, architectural things and steampunk and things like that. Just reminds me a little bit of you. I don't know why. And then we have building a doghouse, making a barometer. There's some really fun ones in here. Let me see if I can find some fun ones. Making a simple weather vane. Oh, cold water dyeing. Let's see what that one is. Ooh. Sorry. Very interesting. It says how to cold water dye. So going through these, I just thought they were really cute and kind of fun and would make a really interesting little piece in a see-through envelope, or in the, you know, in a, as a tag. What is this one? Oh, uses of salt. And again, these are from the 30s, so cleaning an old oil painting. You know, all the things that we do in our homes. I thought these were just really cute. So if you are, oh, look at these. Sharon, look at these. New springs or locks. That's cool. Okay, so that's enough of those. I just thought they were super cute, and I just wanted to show those to you. So these are 3 sets of tea cards that if you are stuck at home and you have a few minutes and you just want to sort of idle away, you know, look some of these up online on eBay, on some of the auction sites. Sometimes if you just type it into Google, it'll show you who's selling them. And these don't tend to be very expensive because I don't think they fit into the normal collecting ones, but I think they're just as cute as some of the ones that are higher priced. And I don't know that we're all collecting them to collect them. We want to use them in our projects, so these really fit into our price range. And then these German movie stars are also like really pretty. So those are a great little supply slash product kind of thing that I'm recommending for the month. So moving along, I wanted to share a couple videos coming up. So I am making 2 videos that will probably be out before my tea with me. So if you haven't seen these videos, I'll link them below. And they're a great project for you to do if you're shut inside and you need a little project with a minimal amount of supplies. And if you don't have the main supply, which is polymer clay, then you can order it online from like Amazon or a retailer near you. So taking our love for vintage pictures that we have on the public domain, I am going to be teaching in that video how to do a photo transfer. And then you can take the photo transfer and put them on polymer clay and make, you know, home decor. You can make tags, you can make book plates, and that video is going to be listed first. So if you're watching this video now and you haven't seen it, go to my YouTube channel, or I'll put the link below. It's a fun project using images that you can scan for from the public domain. And I'm such a sucker for like, you know, mushrooms and butterflies and anything natural. And the biodiversity collection is amazing. And they have their preview that you go through on Flickr. So it's super easy to search from. It's super easy to look at. And there's over 1,600 pages. So I made this with the photo transfer on polymer clay. And then I took a kit from Tracy Fox and I made little embellishments for my junk journals. So this is a book plate, like to put on the front of a cover of a journal. And it's super hard. Well, not super hard, you know, it's thin and it'll work out great on the cover of a journal, as will this one as well. And then this little guy I just made into a little pocket, and that can be added to a cover or slid into a junk journal. So these projects are all really fun, easy. You don't need a ton of supplies. You probably have a lot of the supplies at home, and they're a great at-home activity if you're shut in for a few weeks, either because of this sickness or just for whatever reason you're at home and you're needing a great project. So I hope you look at those videos. This will be called part 1. It'll be called Photo Transfer Part 1, and this will be called Photo Transfer Part 2. Okay, we're moving right along. We've done our projects that there's videos for. I've done my quick little project that you can make at home. I've talked about a product, tea cards. I have my book recommendation. So what's next for me on this Tea With Me in March? Well, I wanted to share a couple happy mails that I got because I really love showing off other people's work, and I really think that what's so interesting about getting work from other people is you get to see different techniques and the way different people put colors together, and even if it isn't particularly your style, I think everybody can gain something from ordering from other people, trading with other people, and when you get having pen pals and sending each other things. So I got a very out of the blue package from Terry Fitzpatrick, and I know she sells at actual physical shows, but I'm going to see if I can get her information and post it below if she sells anywhere online. But what I love is my aesthetic definitely is all about fairies and mystical things, but I can't say that I work a lot in black, and I don't work a lot in purple. And a lot of the things she sent me had black and purple with the greens I usually use, and I just love them. And I don't think I normally would have put those colors together, and I have to say that I think she's really inspired me to play with these colors more. And I just wanted to show you a few things that she sent me. This wasn't everything she sent me, but a few things that she made that she sent that I just really love. Now, she's obviously using die cuts, either on a Sizzix or some other machine, to do all these sort of magical, mystical creatures, fairies and such. But look at this. So this is textile, right? A purple textile. But then this is paper lace. And together, I just think they're wonderful. I'd really like to try that. And that's the other thing. Seeing it in person, you're like, oh, I really want to try that. I love how she adds stamping on top of it. And this is so stiff, I have to assume it's Mod Podged. And look at that. It's a great little fold-out journaling card that goes inside of a journal. But it's really stiff and pretty. And then these purple, I love this purple and the way that she's combined this purple with the silver. I just really adore. And she's put sparkles. But she sent me a bunch of black die cuts. And what's so great about this is that, like I said, honestly, I don't know that I would cut things like this out in black. Maybe these guys, because I do like silhouettes, but I don't think I would have thought of plants and butterflies, but they really are effective in making that shadow look and giving that silhouette. And I just really was inspired by that. And I wanted to thank Terry and say how much I enjoyed getting her Happy Mail, because it really did make me think about how to use different colors together. And I'm not sure if she made this paper. It's absolutely beautiful and a bit translucent, and she's glued it on an envelope, which is really neat. So the envelope is very stiff on this side and very flexible on this side. It's really neat. So thank you so much, Terry. I really enjoyed this. This was kind of part of the random acts of kindness that Tracy Fox had set up on her Facebook page. And if you're not part of the Foxy Crafters, it's a wonderful group to be a part of. There's a lot of wonderful groups to be a part of, and I could say a whole bunch of them here, but since I know this came from the Foxy Crafters group, I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. She encourages us to, there's a list of people and addresses, to just pick addresses and to send random acts of kindness packages, some Happy Mail, just unsolicited to people. And I had sent one to Terry and didn't expect to get one back, and it was last year that I sent it to her. So it was just a really kind of cool, fun thing. And again, like, I'm looking at these colors together and I wouldn't have thought to put them together, but yet they all totally work. So anyhow, if you need a group to start, if you're looking for a way to find pen pals or people to exchange with, or to be inspired by, I definitely would say go on Tracy Fox's Facebook group. It's called the Foxy Crafters. Okay, my last thing for today before I leave is I'm going to do a little Happy Mail open, which I've already done and it's already recorded, so I'm going to edit it in. It's from my friend Amy from Floshy May's Cottage. I'm going to cover all the information. She sent this to me a week or two ago, and I recorded opening it, so I'm going to edit that in. I don't want to show you what's inside because I'm going to show you what's inside there, but I just wanted to thank her very much for it. It's just so wonderful when you're having a bad day or you have a challenge and there's something in your mailbox that's handmade by somebody and it's beautiful and it's unexpected. And right now we have so many challenges going on right now, and we're all going to sort of start getting stir crazy if we're inside and we can't get out and the news isn't good. So this is a wonderful time for you to go through your address book, or maybe somebody that you follow on Instagram that you're really inspired by, or somebody who knows having a hard time, and just put a bunch of really pretty things in a packet and send it off. It can make such a huge difference in someone's day. And for people like us that are very inspired by textures and colors and things like that, sometimes just reflipping through items somebody sent you and, you know, looking at little details of things is enough to lift your spirits. And when you're working on a project, you can really sort of escape. And when you know you're bringing happiness to someone else, I think it's really, it makes it even more enjoyable. So I'm going to do our Happy Mail now, and then I'll be right back. And I have a little Happy Mail to open. I should probably cover this part because this is from my friend Amy, and we don't need addresses, but I got this cute little package and I love the shape of it, and I want to open it. Ooh, look how pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, isn't this gorgeous? Can you guys see this? It's one big envelope and it's completely altered and collaged. It is beautiful. Very cool. That is so neat. Amy, I love that. Okay, so let's slip this off. Really cool. Oh, and she has, do you see this? She has this just envelope full of goodies. I love how this feels. This has got to be a paper bag. Is this a paper bag envelope? It has to be. I am going to be following up. Oh, I love that color, that washy color. And how is she making these like burn marks? Huh. I'm going to have to ask her about that too, because I'm very intrigued by that. It's very cool. I love how it feels. Almost feels like fabric, even though it's not. So let's see what goodies she has in here for me. It is definitely a paper bag. That is so neat. I love that. Amy, please do a video on this because I really dig this. Okay. A couple cards. I'm always looking for neat little cards. Oh, and the pretty washi. That's neat. Oh, neat. Do you see this? The little, I don't know if that's focusing, but the little pharmacy tags. And always, that's cool. Where is this? Richmond, Virginia. Just one of those little, cute little, you know, those little, you get them in little pouches when you visited someplace. Neat little merchandise tags. I will definitely use those. A giant sticker, mailing sticker. A vintage card. Oh, look at this little baby. I actually have a picture of something very similar of my dad in something that looks like that. Look at the car. Very cool. I've really recently gotten into pictures. This reminds me a little bit of Downton Abbey, even though it's not. Oh, and there are little stickers I can color. That's neat. And some recipe. My gosh, I grew up with these. In fact, if you go in my recipe box right now, I have some that I wrote out when I was a kid and I was learning how to cook. That's funny. Oh, that's awfully pretty. Oh, isn't that pretty? That is nice. Love those colors. Ooh, look at this receipt. 1975. I love the blue of old receipts, like the mid-century receipts. Very cool. And an old statement paper. I will definitely use that. This is very 70s, 80s for sure. And then I get a letter, but you guys don't get to read the letter. So I'm going to go read my letter off camera. I just wanted to share with you my little Happy Mail goodie I got today and my pretty little envelope. And truly, I hope Amy does a video on this because I love this. And I really do love these whole paper bag crafts that are coming out. And I think I want to try this next. Okay, thanks, Amy. I love it. One last thought before I close out the video. If you joined our mailing list in January and did our calendar project with us, I promised you the spring insert for the calendar come the spring equinox, which happens to be today, the day I'm recording this. So I will be sending that out to everyone on our mailing list. If you haven't joined our mailing list yet, you can go to our Facebook page at Tape and Twine Vintage and click the Learn More button, and it allows you to sign up on the landing page. So look for that in your email boxes in the next couple of days. Okay, one last thought before I go. First of all, happy St. Patrick's Day. To all my Irish friends, I wish you the happiest of days. I recently found out I'm just under a quarter Irish English, so I guess you can kiss me if you're Irish. Oh, don't kiss me. We're practicing social distancing. Fist bump me. And I think, remember, have some fun and some little levity at these really serious times. I've broken out my creative cursing book. Me and my family like to bring this out whenever we need a laugh. We will pick a curse for the day and use it as many times as we can throughout the day. Now, keep in mind, I have an 18-year-old and an almost 22-year-old, so some of the racier swears in here can get a little out of control, and it makes us giggle and laugh, and sometimes that's what you have to do. So, coronavirus, you're nothing but a scum glob, and we want you to go away. We want this all to pass. And I want everybody to remember, you're lucky. You're lucky that you're in this community. I'm lucky that I have you. I want to thank everybody who's watched. Please stay well. Please love each other. Please be kind. Find fun things to do. Find a little levity. And I hope you'll all stay well and that I'll be seeing you again soon in April. And hopefully this will all be on its way out. Take care.